guys, Joy here, holistic nutritionist and mama. So a question that people ask me all the time is how do I manage life being a mom and being an entrepreneur as well? I love this question. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you some great tips to make it happen because you can do it all and you can have it all. So almost a year ago, we welcomed our new baby girl, Vienna, into this world, and my life was turned a little bit upside down. You think you got it all planned out and you think you know what to expect until you have a baby and you're like, whoa, what just happened? So, you know, the first few months you're kind of figuring it out, and once you get to a point where you're like, okay, I need some me time, that's when your calendar really helps. So I live by my calendar on my phone and I write everything down. This helps me maintain my sanity. So for example, I schedule everything in, whether it's social or if I'm having a business meeting, everything goes on my phone, because if it doesn't go in my phone in my calendar, then it doesn't happen. So it's so important for me to recharge. You know, obviously I love spending time with Vienna, and being a mom is like the best job in the entire world. I also like being a wifey, Walker, behind the camera. I love being a mom so much, but you know what? I also need time for myself to recharge. So that's why I make a point of seeing my girlfriends. I put it in my calendar. You know, I make sure that I set dates to go out, whether it's just to have tea, meet a girlfriend for a walk in the park, but I make that a priority at least a couple of times a month. Also, another super important thing, which people told me all the time when I was really pregnant, people were like, make sure that you make time to spend time with your husband, like make a date. And I can't tell you how important that is. So, you know, once a month, Walker and I have a date. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, wild and extravagant. Like for example, today we had a business meeting downtown. So afterwards, we made sure that we scheduled like an hour for the two of us to have lunch, because we hired a sitter for 4 hours today. So we took advantage of that time and had a date together. I think it's so important to make sure that you still get that quality time with your partner. Which leads me into my next point. You know, having balance as a mom and an entrepreneur also means asking for help. And, you know, being a mom isn't a job for one person. Like, it does take a village, and I could not do what I do without having an amazing partner. So I'm gonna invite Walker. Please come over here, loves. Come and sit down. So you guys are always, hi loves.
Hi.
So you guys are always asking to see my hubs. This is
me.
Walkman.
That's me. I don't have a mic.
And he films all the videos. He is one half of Joyous Health, does so much to do with the website. You do a lot of shit.
Yes, you know, people always ask me, how do I balance being an entrepreneur and a father? And I'm just kidding.
No
one asked me. No one asked me that.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Well, I'm asking you, how do you balance being an entrepreneur and a father?
I think a lot of the points that you made, you know,
Yeah.
I schedule time on my calendar to hang out with my girlfriends.
Wait a minute. Your girl, well, that's true. Girls who are friends.
Yes, absolutely.
I accept this.
And my guy friends. No, and asking for support and needing
Yes.
help and relying on a good partner. And
Yes. You know, it's so important, right? To like, you know, have like being a parent isn't. It really does take a village, and it takes. I'm so grateful to Walker because he is such an involved dad, and I don't feel like I am just doing this myself. Like it's like a 50-50 job.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. 50-50.
Yeah. No.
70-30.
No.
No, I'm just saying 70-30.
No. No, I couldn't do it without you.
And I without you.
No, okay, now we're getting cheesy. I was about to give you a kiss. Okay,
I know,
guys, we're not gonna get cheesy with you, because that's
be
kind
weird.
of, yeah, that, no,
Too
not
much.
weird.
Not weird, but like
No,
in front of
we
the
don't
camera.
wanna, yeah, no.
Start with a kiss and then who knows.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can go?
No.
Oh, no, that's fine. Okay. I'm getting sent back.
You're saying that, yeah. Speaking of which, I went to look at my notes. I just said to Walker, okay, what's my next tip? But, you know, the tip is sitting right in front of me. I write everything down. So see this booklet here? Walker always makes fun of me because I have like 3 of these booklets going on at the same time because I'm always writing stuff down so I don't forget. I write everything down from like my grocery lists to follow-ups with clients to recipes. I'm always like, if you look here, I'm always like my chicken scratch writing, like always creating something new in the kitchen, which leads me to another point, maintaining balance, eating well, taking care of yourself. Mamas out there and papas, dadas, you have to eat well and take care of number 1 first, because when you take better care of you, you can take better care of everyone else. So it has been so important to me since day 1 to make sure that I maintain my good eating habits, eating delicious food, healthy food, delicious food. Walker and I definitely share the responsibility of eating healthy, delicious food. Sometimes he makes dinner, sometimes I make dinner, sometimes he makes the morning power smoothie, sometimes I make it. So sharing the responsibility is key, and really making sure that you nourish your body well. And how do you do that? You make sure that you put good food in your fridge, because as the saying goes, if you put good food in your fridge, you will eat good food. Another important thing as a mom and an entrepreneur is I take my supplements religiously. So, you know, if I have a day where I'm super busy and, you know, I'm just thriving on like smoothies and snacks, I always make sure that I take my multi every day, I take my fish oil, I take my greens powder. That is one thing that I can always rely on to like help keep me on track and help me staying energized and feeling great. Now, of course, you know, I could give you more and more tips about maintaining balance as a mom and an entrepreneur, but really, you know, balance, you can't always be perfectly balanced, and that is okay too. I'm not saying I wake up every day, I do my meditation and my yoga, I have, you know, my perfect smoothie and like perfect all day long. No, it's not like that at all. You know, having balance is being okay with everything not always going perfectly as planned. Yes, I like have my entire life, my social calendar, and all my business meetings in my calendar, but you know, have to be open to change and be open to adapting to change as well. Like if something doesn't go your way, if a meeting gets canceled, if you know Vienna is totally off her schedule, it's okay, because you can't, you know, kids can't be so rigid like that. So as a mom, even though I think it's important to have our baby on a schedule, I don't lose my shit if, you know, she's off her nap schedule a bit. I know some people like really are very anal about making sure that their baby sleeps at exactly this time to this time, eats from this time to that time. Walker and I are much more sort of loose with it. That's not to say it's completely hectic. You know, we are loose, we're adaptable. We adapt to the change so that, you know, even though we have a calendar, we are flexible with it. And balance, be flexible with balance. You're never always going to be perfectly balanced. In fact, I've said this many times before, I've never achieved anything great in my life, whether it's been, you know, having a book or, you know, building the business or having a baby. I've never really achieved anything great being perfectly balanced. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Walker? You know what, it's just, yeah, because when you're wanting to achieve something great, you have to put a lot of effort and time into achieving that. So sometimes other things kind of fall off track a bit, but that's okay as long as you get back on track, right? So I talked about the importance of having a calendar, scheduling date night with your partner, scheduling time with your girlfriends or your guy friends, and also having alone time. Maybe just like going into the washroom and locking the door and spending a little bit more time sitting on the can when you're having a bowel movement. I do that. I totally do that. Just to like have some alone time. I actually love my bathroom. I have nice pictures on the wall, and yeah, I just love it. That sounds weird, doesn't it? I love my bathroom. It's kind of like my little oasis. Another thing to help me feel balanced as a mom and an entrepreneur is like really just being present. So whether I'm with Vienna or I'm with Walker or I'm at my computer answering emails or I'm in a meeting, to be 100% committed to whatever I'm doing. So if I'm playing with Vienna and we're reading books, you know, I don't have my phone with me. I'm, you know, not checking my Instagram. Like really guys, that's so important to always be present. Or, you know, if you have date night with your husband or your partner or your wife, like, just keep your phone away. I always feel bad when I go to restaurants and I see other couples just sitting there on their phones the whole night. So, you know, really be present. No matter what you're doing, really commit to it and be in the moment, especially when you're with other people. Like, really be with your child, be with your partner, just be there, because you're gonna feel better and they're gonna feel that energy too. Like, babies know, they pick up on your energy and they know when you're really committed. Because it's always interesting. I always notice if I'm like, okay, I have a meeting at a certain time and I'm putting Vienna down, so I'm breastfeeding her, that is always the time when it's harder to put her down, because she can sense as I'm nursing her that I'm like, okay, gosh, she's got to finish this in like 5 minutes. So it's interesting. So, you know, even myself, I'm always checking in with myself and reminding myself to be really present and, you know, just focusing on the moment. And my final advice for doing it all and having it all as a mom and entrepreneur is just, you know, practicing gratitude. As cheesy as it sounds, guys, it really does make a difference. It's easy to be grateful for everything in your life when everything is going awesome. It's hard to be grateful when things aren't going as great, but that's when you need to practice gratitude more than ever, is when times are tough. It's not always going to be easy when you're trying to juggle a million things as a mom. It's hard. It's not easy. It's hard work. But as long as, you know, at the end of every day, you truly practice gratitude, you either write it down or you know, tell your partner what you're grateful for, tell your child what you're grateful for, tell your cats what you're grateful for, but practice gratitude. So on that note, I'm grateful to you for watching this video, and subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. I'd be very, very grateful if you did that. And as always, I love reading your comments. I love answering your questions, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, this little ramble of a video. Of course, I hope you have a joyous day. Bye.